Good morning and welcome to your weekly cup of Joe. My name is Joe King. I'm the owner of Physical Therapy Advantage in North Aurora. And I'm coming here today and answering a question that I often get in the clinic is, can you prevent, or I should say, can you stop the progression of a frozen shoulder, or even can you prevent it from happening in the first place? Two great questions, two separate questions, but pretty similar in nature. But it's one of those things that it's difficult to explain sometimes because of the fact that, frozen shoulders are a mystery in the medical world. Sometimes they don't really know what happens and why they occur. But basically, the consensus is that there is an injury of some sort in your shoulder. It's a socket, a ball and socket joint. It's the most mobile joint in the body, a whole bunch of range of motion, all different angles and planes. So you have to be strong in all those areas to support it. So what will happen is you'll have a minor injury. Maybe it's a repetitive injury that's minor, or a minor injury. And sometimes it's major, but a lot of times it's just minor. And you damage it, you have a sprain of the ligament of the joint, hurt the joint somehow, or you may bruise it, or maybe you have a strain of the muscle or tendon, rotator cuff potentially. And then what you do is you stop using it. The pain kind of limits you a little bit. You stop moving it in those directions that hurt it, and things start to get tight, start to kind of restrict a little bit. You compensate. You move it in a little different pattern. You don't move it quite as far. Instead of moving it up this way, you just move it here. You're not moving quite as far. And over time, things get tighter and tighter. And in that ball and socket, that movement, there is a saran wrap membrane that goes around that ball and socket that gets tighter and tighter. It shrink wraps. So you are not moving it and you're compensating. You're trying to avoid those bad positions that might hurt. It gets tighter and tighter. Then the muscles get tighter and tighter. And all of a sudden now you can't move it very well at all. And all of a sudden, like, wow, oh, I can't go any farther than that. Oh, I can't put my coat on. I can't reach back in the back seat. Things start to really bother, and I can't lift over my head and get in the cabinet. And then sometimes it becomes painful, or sometimes it's just limited motion. Each individual or cases are a little bit different that way. But unfortunately, when the process starts, if you catch it early enough and you catch it at the very, very beginning, within the first couple months that it's happening, physical therapy has been known to shorten that stint of how long it takes to get through it. But if it goes on for 4 months or 6 months, unfortunately, physical therapy has been proven not to really do a whole heck of a lot of good. Sad to say, you have to let it run its course. And that course can be another 12 months, potentially. It could be another 6 to 12 months, I should say, after that initial first 4 to 6 months. If you don't catch it within that first 4 to 6 months, it could be another 6 months to 12 months. So up to a total of 18 months. And it just kind of resolves itself. It just kind of cycles through, and all of a sudden things start to loosen up and the capsule starts to stretch out. It's a slow process, but then you just, oh, look at that, I can start to move a little bit more, and therapy becomes a little more beneficial and we're able to work through it. So preventing, frozen shoulder, all I can say is that if you happen to hurt your shoulder, you're limiting, or you're avoiding and compensating, get on it right away. Be proactive. Go seek medical attention. Come in for a physical therapy evaluation, which you can do without having a prescription. Have it looked at, and jump on it as quickly as you possibly can, like I said, so it doesn't get to that point. Hope this answers that question. Like I said, it's a very difficult question to answer sometimes. But if you have any other questions regarding shoulder pain or frozen shoulder or anything else, or rotator cuff or impingement syndrome, whatever, some various names for shoulder pain, please don't hesitate to give us a call at 630-892-8003. That's 630-892-8003. And we look forward to talking to you next week on your Weekly Cup of Joe. Bye.